Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome to Marty Mornings. It is 8 a.m. I just read a chapter from the Bible, chapter 14 out of 1 Kings. Long story short, to bring you where I'm at right now. David and Goliath. David went and created his own empire. Had a son, the next king, King Solomon, his son. He was the one that asked for wisdom. Created this huge church for God, church for himself. Had gold all in it and everything. He messed up because God told him not to smash any women that believe in other gods. A lady from out of nowhere comes out of nowhere, says, "Hey, I like your house, let's have sex." He's like, okay. So then his story kind of stops there. Boom, next person comes in, his son, Rainbone, King Ray Ray. So King Ray Ray, he comes in, he's just doing his thing or whatever, and because his father kind of messed up, he's gonna like lose. He's just losing all of his land, all of Israel, because they were all kings of Israel. Daniel created this whole kingdom, and he's just losing. He's gonna lose it. And God already told Solomon that he is gonna lose it, and it's gonna go to this guy named Jeroboam. J-Bone comes out of nowhere, and he has like a part of Israel, a majority of it, but still like part of it. But because of this, because of the way that he did things, like God told him to do it one way, he did it a whole nother way. Because of that, they're worshiping idols now. That's when the guy came out of Judah, went to him and was like, "Yo, you're doing it wrong," and he left. Like he was like, "Yo, I'm out." There's a farmer from the outskirts that was like, "Hey, yo, come hang out with me." The guy from Judah was like, "No, I gotta go." God said, "I gotta get out of here. I gotta go home. I can't drink with y'all. I can't eat with y'all. I can't be chilling with y'all. I gotta move, right?" And the farmer lied to him. Was like, "Oh yeah, God said come eat with me." So he was like, "Okay." So because of that, he gets killed by a lion. Boom. You're pretty much all caught up. If you wanted to get details, you could go back to my previous video, or you can read the Bible yourself. So now what's going on is, after the dude died and the word got back to J-Bone was like, "Yo, like what's going on, this, that, and the other. I need some clarity," because his son was sick. After that, his son got really, really sick. So then he's like, yo, he goes to his wife and he's like, "Listen, there's a prophet out of town. I need you to dress up like you're not my wife and go talk to him." So the prophet's name was Ahijah, right? We're gonna call him AJ. Simple name, simple storyline. AJ's like this old blind dude, right? Before she even came dressed up as a whole nother woman, God came to him and was like, "Hey, yo, this lady's gonna come in and I got a message for you to tell her." Cool. She's gonna dress as somebody else, but just tell her what I tell you, alright? He was like, "Cool, yeah, like, I'm old, you know what I'm saying? I know to listen to God. What's up?" And the lady comes and she's like, "Hey, he's like, "I know who you are. Listen, as soon as you head back home, your son's gonna die. And your whole country, your whole empire is going to shit, okay? Because y'all messed up. Don't blame me, you know, y'all messed up. That's y'all fault." And as soon as she got back home, boom, son died. Boom. Everybody was sad, and just like that, his story ended. J-Bone's story ended. And of course, he continued to live and he continued to reign, but like it wasn't the like, he was irrelevant to God. If you read in the Bible, it's like, "Oh yeah, J-Bone da 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 da," and then he sinned, and then like they show his punishment, and boom, the rest of his life does not matter. That's one thing that I really noticed in the Bible. Another thing is, so King Ray Ray, what happened to him was people from Egypt came and took his houses of gold, took all of it, and like left. And he had like built like some wooden shed or wooden, rebuild the stuff out of wood. Praise God. Yeah, for the rest of their lives, they was just like battling each other for land. And I guess God wasn't in it. God just was like, y'all got it. And the whole J-Bone city was shit, horrible, like bad stuff, like just corrupt. And that's it. Like it was like a very sad story of like how everybody just went chaotic. And even though Raybone, he's still worshiping God, he's struggling. You know what I'm saying? And Raybone ended up having a son, and that's how it ended. He had a son. That was it. His son became king, and that was it. So what I got from it was what I was talking about earlier. God is using you for something, right? Something amazing. And as soon as you go against him, you lose it. It's done. Like your story is finished. You know how you see people around and you're like, "Dang, like I know this nigga had dreams, and I know this person had like ambitions and stuff like that. What happened?" You just see him or her just like they lost it. Like, you know, they just crackheads, like dang, or they just like in the house drinking, talking shit, like not doing nothing. Like it's like they must have done something to where like God is like, "I love you and everything, but I'm not using you as a tool right now. I can't use this person." But when Jesus died, it's like there's forgiveness, and all you have to do is just ask for forgiveness and like stand back up, like get back up again. If you fall, you gotta get back up again. But people forget that they can get back up again, or they just give up, and that's a sad thing. So that's one. Two, look back. Me I'm African American, and my ancestors were slaves, right? They worked so hard. They worked so hard for me to get to where I'm at right now, and I can't throw that away. So like, there's Moses. There was a lot of people past Moses, and like coming down, like all these people of Israel comes down from Moses. Moses got all these slaves, all these people out of Egypt, right? And then down the line, down the family line, down the honor line of like the royalty line of Israel, people of Israel, right? All the way down to Solomon, to Rehoboam, King Ray, down to him, right? They have all this progress, good progress, bad progress, but it's progress. And then what happens is he ends up giving all the gold that he put into the church for God back to Egypt, to the people of Egypt. Y'all ran away. All your ancestors risked their lives and their faith and like everything to get away from Egypt, and now they're back giving stuff like that. I mean, they're not enslaved or anything like that, but it's like, yo, you just lost the major thing that you're giving to God, the one thing that is like solidifying, or like there's a symbol of your faith in God, and it's getting stripped down by the people that enslaved you from the very beginning. All you had to do is just not mess up. I mean, and people gonna mess up, but it's like God told you, bro, like just listen and do what's right. That's all I'm saying. Going back to what I said, the smallest things can affect your destiny, like your greatness and everything. It affects, like, you have, people say like, oh, grandma will be rolling in her grave. Nigga, she would be. Just imagine, man, like, you have ancestors that did greatness. What are you doing? At the very least, you can just maintain that greatness. Just don't mess it up. That was 2. Point 3, you have to know where you came from. And I think that's the greatest thing. If you know where you came from, like people are like, if you know where you came from, then you know where you're going. I mean, that's true, but it's just like, okay, listen, if you are sitting down right now and you don't have a job, and you're not looking for one, or you're just not doing nothing, and I sound like that dude from that commercial. What are you doing? Get up, get a job, go to school. But what I'm saying is, if you're not doing anything, ask questions, ask your parents, ask your grandparents, ask people that are still alive in your family, like, yo, what happened back in the day? What did my people do? What did my family do? What did my ancestors do? And you'll be amazed. Like, it doesn't matter what happened, you'll be amazed. Because amazing people have kids. Now, like, shitty people have kids too. But like, at least one person in your family, is gonna do something. You're like, dang, for real? He was just like me, he did this. And that will inspire you to get up and be like, this man did not work, or this woman did not work this hard for me to be like this. You're destined for greatness. Okay, and I'm gonna say this in every episode, because everybody is. God knows what he's doing. Like, you need to get up and do what you gotta do. Even if you are getting up and do what you gotta do, do it better. Do it better. I didn't say do it harder. I didn't say, like, hit your head against the wall even harder. Just do it better, do it smarter, do whatever. Be happy with what you're doing. Sometimes people need to be happy to do what they gotta do to be the best at what they're doing.